Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome to my channel. I wanted to film a video in between my vlogs just to kind of separate things. As you can see, I have a few brushes in my hand. I'm gonna do a everyday makeup routine today. My makeup routine has changed a lot in the past several years because I'm a different person now. Obviously, I'm busier and have a lot more to do. I'm a mom. You know what I mean. I have a relationship that I focus on, and I don't really do makeup all that often, so it's definitely more simple than it has been in the past. But that being said, I'm going to show you guys what I typically do for makeup. So for brushes, I have my Crown Brush blush brush, and then I have a Face Secrets contour brush and an Emax Design powder brush. So I'm going to start with powder. I'm going to use the e.l.f. powder contour palette. I love this. You guys saw this if you watched the e.l.f. makeup challenge that I filmed with my sister. So for powder, I use this light one over here, and then for contour, it's between these two darker shades depending on how dramatic I want my contour to be. If I want a bronze, I'll use the lighter one, and if I want to actually contour, I'll use the darker one. So obviously, to start, I like to go in with my powder brush, and I take the powder shade and I just set my whole face. I mostly use this for the coverage. I guess I'm not really setting anything, but this powder has incredible coverage, so I like it for just a nice, like, no makeup look most of the time. Usually I avoid my forehead because my bangs are down, but my bangs haven't been down in a while, and obviously today they're not either, so I'm just gonna roughly apply powder to my whole face, and it also evens out my skin tone and like all of the redness. And then I like to do contour and then blush, so I'm gonna go in with my contour brush. It's just like a big angled brush, and today I'm going to use the darker one because I'm very fair right now. I know it's winter time, but I am very fair, so I like to bring a little bit of depth and color into my face. Usually I would only use blush, but today I feel like using bronzer. I don't do very much, just a little bit. So now we are done with this powder contour. So I'm going to take my Crown Brush blush brush that I mentioned, and I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. blush. Both of the blushes I have are e.l.f. I either have the Camo liquid blush or the e.l.f. one in blush. So today I'm going to go in with the powder one just because this one is more dramatic and pigmented. So I'm going to avoid this for today. Plus, I put a dry powder on, so why put a cream on top? Anyway, I'm going to go in with my blush brush, and it's greatly pigmented, so I try to go in with a very, very light hand and apply it kind of how I would apply bronzer, but just on my cheekbones, like all the way up to my temples. I really love that look. And then I do over my nose, kind of like the very e-girl blush, and then I do just a little bit on my chin and a little bit what's left on my forehead. I'm using you guys as a mirror. Eventually I'll probably grab an actual mirror for like eyeliner and stuff. So that is pretty much it for face products. I'm not going to highlight today. I feel like I want a matte look. Typically I do highlight, but today I don't feel like doing it. So we're done with the face. Next, I'm going to do an inner corner highlight. I typically do this with my fingers. So for an inner corner highlight, I have two options. It's either the CoverGirl single eyeshadow in Snow Blossom, or I will take the Revlon Colorstay Moonlit Quad, and I'll use the light shade, obviously. A third option would be the same powder contour palette. I'm going to use the white highlight shade for my inner corner. Just apply that in there like that. Obviously, I will blend it out, but just apply that to brighten your eyes a little bit since I'm not doing eyeshadow today. So I just blended that out with my fingers, just so it's not as harsh and like shablam on your eye. So that is it for highlighting. I only do my inner corners and maybe my brow bone. We'll see how I feel after I do my brows. So speaking of brows, we're gonna go in with the e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil, double-ended spoolie brow pencil. So first I like to kind of brush them into place. I don't overdo this. I don't brush them up like the typical beauty gurus do. I just brush them how I want them. And then I'm going to go in with the brow pencil. I'm going to do this off camera. So these are the completed brows. Usually I would brush them out to be a little bit lighter, but since my hair is darker, I feel like they match a lot better when they're dark. So we are done with the brow pencil. I think they look good. Now I'm going to do eyeliner. I decided against eyeshadow today. I think I just want like a simple wing liner. Sometimes I do my wings like straight out if I want like a dramatic look, like Chow, or if I want like a cuter girly look, I will do like more of a cat eye effect. So I bring it out like upwards, and then on the bottom I kind of swoop it down. So for eyeliner, I'm going to use the Maybelline New York Tattoo Studio Dip Ink eyeliner. This is obviously in 100. It's called Black Track. So I'm going to use this guy for eyeliner, and I'm also going to do this off camera. And I did grab a mirror. So this is the completed eyeliner. I went with more of the cat eye effect. So I did that. It took me a minute to get them perfect, but I think they look pretty good. Typically I would run it underneath my lash line, but my eyes tend to water really bad when I do that, and then it ends up taking off half the eyeliner, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. Now I'm gonna do mascara. Okay, I'm gonna do mascara. This is the e.l.f. Big Mood waterproof. I love the packaging. I love how big it is. It's between this and the Essence Bye Bye Panda Eyes mascara. Today I'm going to use this one because I want waterproof. So I'm also going to do this off camera. So that is the completed mascara. This more so volumizes. It doesn't really lengthen. So I just did a thicker coat on my upper lashes and then a thinner coat on my lower lashes. The wand just looks like that. I love the hourglass shape. Now we're going to move on to lips. So usually I would apply a chapstick base layer just for moisture, but I've already done that earlier this morning. So today I'm going to use the Maybelline New York Superstay Vinyl Ink. I love the packaging. This one is in 95 Captivated, and I love the applicator as well. So I'm going to throw this on, and then I'm going to put my e.l.f. lip oil on over it. So this is what the vinyl ink looks like on its own. It's just a nice nude color, not too over nude. And then the lip oil that I'm going to use is more of a coral color just to add some depth. So I'm going to put that on over top. So now that the vinyl ink is kind of dried down on my lips, you can blot if you want, so it doesn't get on your teeth, but I don't use enough for it to transfer to my teeth. You only need a little bit. It's literally perfect with just a little bit. So I only dip once, and then that's just basically my both lips. So this is the e.l.f. lip oil I'm going to use. It is in Super Neutral. It is the Glow Reviver lip oil with a glimmer finish. I love the applicator also. And I'm going to throw that on top. This is definitely a current favorite. And it also adds some shine. It's not really a shimmer, it's a sheen. So I love this and I will forever recommend this. So I switched angles to film the outro so you guys can see a better look at the makeup look. I had to take thumbnails, but this is the completed look. I love the illusion of like a plain eyelid and then the dark wing liner. Obviously it all depends on your preference, but yeah, I love the all matte face, and I think the e.l.f. bronzer and blush blend so well together. I love the lip combo, and I love the darker brow with my dark hair. So yeah, that was a everyday makeup routine. That is what I'm doing at the moment. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I always say, don't forget to always express what you're thankful for. Drink your water, take your meds, and if your posture's bad, fix it. And until next time, I will see you guys soon. Bye. Mwah.